Hi everybody, we're going to be doing a tricep workout today. It's going to be 3 by 15 to 20 reps. So you can choose kind of your rep range between 15 to 20 reps for each exercise, what you feel comfortable doing. We're going to have 2 trisets for you, so working kind of more full body, and then we have a super challenging finisher at the end for you. So a new exercise at the end that we're going to try in our finisher. So it'll really be a nice full body workout, really getting that heart rate up. Burning lots of calories today. So our first tricep, we're going to start with squat with pulses. We're going to do a push press and a Romanian deadlift. So a lot of these will be review. We've done them before. So for our squat with pulses, if you want to do with weight or without weight, that's up to you. So I'm going to hold weight in just more of a front rack position here. We're going to still have our feet hip width apart. We're going to be pushing our hips back, getting down into our squat nice and low. We're going to come up halfway, back down, and then stand. So that's our pulse. So it's just kind of that half rep in between. So we're going to be pushing our hips back, sitting down in our squat, coming up halfway, and then dropping back down and standing up. That's 1 repetition. So as we do that, that's going to be our pulse. You can do this again with weight or without weight, whatever you feel comfortable doing. We're going to do 15 to 20. And then from there, we're going to do our push press. So we'll have our weight in that front rack position here. We're going to have feet hip width apart, We're going to do just a small squat just to get enough power from our legs to drive that weight up into our overhead press. So should be just a small squat. We're not going down real far, just enough to get enough power from our legs to press that weight overhead. From there, we're going to move into our Romanian deadlift. So we're going to have feet hip width apart, weight in front, shoulders back, chest proud, core engaged. We're going to hinge at the hips, pushing those glutes back. And then as we stand up, really bringing our hips forward, squeezing our glutes. So hinging at the hips, pushing those hips back, bringing the weights down in front of us. And then as we stand up, really squeezing those glutes as we bring hips forward. That's going to be our first tricep. Our second tricep is going to be starting off with bent over dumbbell row. So again, we're going to get into kind of a similar position. Feet should be hip width apart. We're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to hold this position, so keep that core nice and tight. From here, we're going to do our row in the bent over position. So squeezing those shoulder blades together as we row our weight up. Again, we're doing 15 to 20, so you'll be doing a little bit lighter weight with each of these movements. From there, we're going to go into a push-up. So we're going to be starting in the high plank position. Hands should be directly under shoulders, feet together and legs extended. We're going to drop ourselves down to the floor and then really squeeze our chest or pec muscles as we push up. We want to keep the elbows close to the body. Also keeping that core nice and tight, so we're keeping our back in a neutral position. We don't want to let our hips sag or stick our butt up too high in the air. We can also drop our knees for more of a modified push-up as well. So 15 to 20 with our push-ups, and then we're going to do plank up-downs. So we're going to want to have a mat or a rug, something soft for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to start in the high plank position. So again, hands under shoulders, about shoulder width apart, feet extended. From here, we're going to slowly bring ourselves down to an elbow plank. And then we're going to push ourselves up back to the high plank position. We can also do this for the modified position with our knees down. Bring yourselves down, and then slowly push ourselves up. Make sure that we alternate the order in which we're going down and pushing ourselves up, just to keep everything balanced and we're not only really focusing on working one side with each repetition. So 15 to 20 total. So that might be 7 or 8 on each side, up to 10 on each side. So depending on the rep range that you choose. So that's our second tricep. From there, we're going to do our finisher. So we have 2 exercises for our finisher. The second exercise is going to be very challenging, so it'll be a good workout. We're going to do 3 rounds of this superset. So try to push the pace and kind of get through it as quickly as you can, obviously taking rest when needed because it's going to be challenging. We're going to start off with 30 30 seconds of mountain climbers. So as we've done this before, starting in our high plank position, we're gonna drive our knees forward, keeping those hips low. We don't wanna be bringing our butt too high in the air as we drive our knees forward. So that's gonna be our mountain climber. You can actually do those with your hands elevated if you wanna do them on a box as well. So, or a bench, or a coffee table, you know, something that's sturdy that you can put your hands on for an elevated position as well. The next exercise we're gonna do is called a man maker or a woman maker. So it's kind of a combination of a few exercises all together. So we're gonna start in a standing position with our weights in hand. You're gonna wanna have the weights be very light for this exercise. It's gonna be several movements all together. You can even do this with just body weight and not using additional weight, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. So from here, we're gonna drop down like we're gonna do a burpee. So we kick our legs back, push up, renegade roll on each side, kick our legs forward. As we stand up, we're gonna do a clean to the front rack position, squat, press. So that's one. So that's one rep right there. So as I said, it's a lot of exercises all together. So I'm gonna do that a little bit faster so you can see kind of what that looks like all fluid together. So we're gonna drop down. So that's one rep. We can also do this without weight. So we'll be still doing the same movements, just not having any weights in our hands. Can be a little safer if you don't feel comfortable necessarily dropping down with weights in your hand. So depending on what you feel comfortable with. So we're gonna drop down, push up, row, row, up, squat, press. So that's gonna be our man maker or woman maker, depending on your preference. We're gonna do 10 total reps in each round. So it's gonna be challenging, that's for sure, with that last exercise. So we hope you like it. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.